the cool thing about put some jelly on it is it's the Minneapolis funk, but it has the Chicago horns on it. We use Tom Washington, who's famous for Earth, Wind, and Fire and all the Chicago soul bands. He's a famous horn arranger. And we got him, I got him to put the horn arrangement, to put some jelly on it. You know, and the reason to that, Chris, is because Flight Time, as a 15, 16-year-old kid in Flight Time, we had 5, 6 horns players when we were coming up. Flight Time was a horn band. Right. So, you know, so I always wanted that sound. I kind of got away from it during my years in the time and my productions and stuff like that. So when it got time for me to do my own thing, and I had a chance to put some horn players on something, I was like, wow, let's do it. And then when I heard it, I was like, oh, I was blown away, And then to have somebody iconic like Tom, come up with a horn arrangement like that was great. I mean, I got horn arrangements done. I did a song on Janet Jackson called What'll I Do? I use horn players for that stuff, but that was a different local guy that I used for horn arrangements for that. But this Tom is iconic, man. He really is. And
there's plenty of talented bands. There's a band out of Minneapolis, and you're probably familiar with them, Foe.
Oh yeah, they're friends of mine.
Yeah, those kids, man. Let me tell you something. They're young cats, but you want to talk about?
Hell. Yeah,
they gosh.
Joke, man. I told them right now, I said, the only thing holding you guys back, you guys need to get a lead singer. And it's like, Bean, yeah, we know. I said, yeah, you should get a horn singer, lead singer. You got all the tracks, you got all, they do a lot of fusion and instrumentals and stuff, but they should get a lead singer and they would really just go to the next level. I've told them that. Yeah.
Yeah, Foe's not to be messed with for sure.
No.
I know you already answered this question. William F. Carter says, "What up, Jellybean? What is your favorite time song, either that you recorded or to play live?" I know you mentioned Cool, but is there something else that maybe those are two separate things? Maybe one that you recorded that you're really proud of your work. I mean, I know that Prince recorded a lot lot of stuff, but I'm talking about
Prince and Morris played the bulk of the drums. But I'm proud of the Bird. The Bird is me. So I always like playing that in concert, but you can see how people lose their mind the minute we break into that. So but yeah, probably the Bird. And I like playing Cool live. I like playing the Walk. Back in the early days when we only had a few songs, we Morris put so many licks in that, so we used to play them all in concert. We used to play the whole song. So I used to always have to stay on top. It was kind of like 7/7. It was a challenge to play all the licks that Mo had played, and get them right in concert and stuff. So yeah,
it's some of that stuff is real tricky when you try to, actually kind of do some work. This is actually probably a loaded question. Hopefully it doesn't cause any controversy. But why didn't the original 7 really take off? I think we kind of knew that, Jesse kind of stepped away because he didn't feel like you guys were moving quick enough to, to set up the touring and whatever. But what happened with the original 7 as far as, why weren't you guys able to keep moving forward?
It was heartbreaking, baby. I just, I kind of probably shouldn't get into it now. That is such a sore subject with me. Because I know a lot of people saying, why'd you guys have to name yourself Original 7 too? There's always been a question about that, about why. Yeah, it's a loaded question, and trust me, one day I'm gonna tell the truth of why, and I got my own opinion on why I shouldn't, and the powers that be know why this happened. So I'm gonna just leave it like that for now, Chris.